Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how we can make breakfast sausages right at home, 100% vegan, and so scrumptious. We're making Chipotle breakfast sausages, and we're going to get started right now. Now the base for our sausages is going to be seitan. Seitan is a vegan protein source that we can make at home or we can buy at the store. It's made from gluten. That's the main protein found in wheat. And of course you cannot have these sausages if you have celiac disease. We'll be posting another video at some other time of how you can make them without. But this recipe using that gluten is gonna provide so much of that meatiness that we sometimes crave and that we don't have to give up when we're vegan, right? So we're gonna be using gluten as our base. We need to flavor it, and then we're gonna be combining some liquid ingredients together. We mix the two, and then we get to roll our little sausages, steam them. It's really fun, and you can make a bunch and then just keep them in the freezer. So we're gonna be adding some gluten. This is Vital wheat gluten. Looks like a flour. And we're gonna start flavoring it. We're gonna add lots of nutritional yeast and lots of different spices. This is where we can flavor, really flavor our sausages. So I have some onion powder here, some garlic powder, paprika. This is gonna give it a nice color and some of that smokiness. We're gonna add some pepper, salt of course, and some thyme. Now we whisk to combine it really well and we set it aside. The next step is we need to dice an onion, and we're gonna saute this in a little bit of olive oil and get it really nice and flavorful. Add some salt and pepper, and that's gonna be the base for all of our liquid ingredients, which we're gonna put together in a blender. Now in order to make seitan, we need that dry base that we had earlier, and we need a creamy or a liquid base, and that's what we're gonna prepare here. Now we're also gonna be using tofu. Any block of tofu you have, it doesn't matter if it's super firm, extra firm, it doesn't matter because we're gonna be blending it up into a cream, and that's gonna help with that delicious texture we love in sausages. So just tear it up a bit and add it to your blender, and next we're gonna add the onions that we prepared. Now, I mentioned that these are chipotle sausages, so of course we need some chipotles. These are chipotles in adobo. You can find them in little cans in the Mexican section of the store where you can find all of the ingredients for tacos. And I'm adding 3 today. You can add more if you want them spicier. Next, we need to add some sweetness to balance things out, so I'm adding some maple syrup. And what are sausages if not smoky? And of course, we're getting the help from liquid smoke to give that nice taste to our sausages. Let's add that in. And some veggie broth to help cream up the mixture. Now we blend until we have a very creamy consistency. Let's add our liquid mixture into our dry mix here. We're gonna start by using our spatula, but then I want you to use your hands and knead this together until you see no more loose flour. Now keep kneading. It's gonna feel that this is never going to absorb all of that gluten and all of those spices. Trust me, it will. As soon as the moisture starts absorbing this, you're gonna have more space to include the rest. So just keep going at it until you see that there's none of this powdery stuff on the surface. Now we need to cook the seitan, and we're gonna do that by steaming. That's gonna give us that really perfect sausage-like texture. So what we're gonna do to steam these babies is we need a large pot of water. We're gonna bring this to a boil, and we're gonna place a steamer basket on top. We're gonna put all our sausages here and steam them. You'll need to cut some parchment paper into rectangles, and the size will depend on the size of sausages you want to make. And we're gonna shape our sausages, place them in the center, and we're gonna roll and twist the edges, sort of like if you were repackaging up a Tootsie Roll. Make sure to pack it really tightly. This is what's gonna help create that really meaty and chewy texture in the sausages. So roll them tightly, and then you close off the ends. Let's place these in our steamer basket, and we're gonna cover it with the lid, and we're gonna let these steam for 40 minutes. Make sure to check from time to time that there's still water in the pot. Once the 40 minutes are up, you can unwrap these, and you'll have the perfectly cooked sausages, which then you can grill, you can saute in a pan. Now what I like to do is, because I make a ton, I like to just, saute with a little bit of oil the ones that I'm gonna have today, and then I freeze the rest. You unwrap them, you take them out of the papers, and then you place them in a Tupperware container or in a baggie that you can put in the freezer, and you freeze them, and then you take them out as you go. So there you go, delicious breakfast sausages that you can make anytime. Store them in the freezer and pull them out whenever you need to have that meaty, delicious texture that we all love and that you don't have to give up when you go vegan.